Alright, this is Act 5, Scene 5. So this is pretty much, this whole scene's really, really important. This is kind of Macbeth's final sort of piece to camera, let's say, as it were. This is his final monologue, his final soliloquy, whatever you want to call it. This is his key moment. So lots of quotes to annotate. Pretty much every line is important here. So importantly, I've almost forgot the taste of fears. The time has been, my senses would have cooled. To hear a night shriek and my fell of hair would at a dismal treatise rouse and stir as life were in it. So he's basically saying at this point he's forgotten what it's like to be afraid. He probably still hasn't slept at this point according to all the other reports on his sleeping patterns. He says, I have supped full with horrors, direness familiar to my slaughterous thoughts cannot once start me. So he's like, he can't become afraid, nothing can set him off his course. He says, what was that sound? Seyton says, the Queen, my lord, is dead. So this line is especially important, and the critical question will be to you. He says, she should have died hereafter, there would have been a time for such a word. So do you interpret that as him saying that ideally she should have died after the fact, but at this point he's pretty clear that he won't die, so he's rathering that she would die later so that he could have some time for such a word. So the question is just, what do you think Macbeth means by this? What is he trying to tell us? What is he trying to say? As you can see on the left-hand column, there are two possible meanings that, according to my text, she should have died sooner or later, such a time would inevitably have come. So is he like, c'est la vie? Or is he like, I wish she had died later so we would have had some time to mourn and to kind of look after her and, do the natural things that need to be done. Tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded time, and all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. So no matter what happens, you're all going to die. Then this is his big life is like a play simile, which is probably more Shakespeare's thoughts than his, but anyway. Out brief candle, life's but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot full of sound and fury signifying nothing. So this is important contextually to help you decide what he's saying about Lady Macbeth being dead. So he's saying that life is meaningless and short and quick, and before you know it, you're dead. You spend your whole life anxious and unsure and worried, which is definitely true of his case recently, but perhaps not at the beginning of the play. And then finally, we all die and it makes no sense. That's the end. Importantly, if thou speakest false upon the next tree, shall thou hang alive till famine cling thee, if thy speech be sooth. I care not if thou'st for me as much. So basically, he's like, I saw the woods coming, just so you know. Things might be about to be not good, but Macbeth still doesn't really believe it at this point.